welcome to episode 2 of Deep Fried Beats with Ben, the producer, and the Rayla dog. She's walking around. Today, we're editing a beat, revising it. We get some vocals on it. We revise the beat again, resample it, and then we're going to be working on mixing it and structuring it into a full song. Real quick, I just wanted to show a sneak peek of the finished product that we're going to be getting to today. Let's take a listen. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't drop rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I run to my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't drop rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I think we ended up in a good spot, and it's gonna be a fun ride to show y'all how we got there. All right, welcome to another video. Let's listen to this beat I got here. This one's called Kyle MacLachlan. Okay, not so bad, not my worst work. We're gonna change it a lot. Before we do that, let's talk about what it is. First off, I started with this loop. I thought it was pretty nice. So I found another bell sample. But I also have this sample that I've tried to use a million times. Kind of goes like... I pitch up the flute as well at some point. Builds energy, then we drop off into this. Again, just like dropping into building energy. And then you get to ride for a moment. So a lot of what I'm really doing is just loop building, and then you find a pattern and you repeat it, you know what I mean? You can basically see what I did there. So we have these vocals that are just like, they're chopped up. They're on shaper box. I've just got a bunch of claps layered just to get this sound. Yeah, majority of it is this Sophie clap. Gotta shout out Sophie. Rest in peace. I hate that I do it. This is my kick pattern. And then the perk that kind of made the rhythm for me definitely went in next. Moved to hi-hats, which it looks like I took this drum loop, chopped it up. Normally it sounded like this. So I chopped it to this. Looks like we have another hi-hat loop that's pretty basic though. Just reinforcing the same rhythm. Then it looks like I wanted some open hats. All of that together comes into that effect. What we're going to be using from that is going to be the flute, likely not even these bells. Probably these drums. Let's start looking for new samples. I'm gonna put some RC20 on this. So I like this drum loop. I want to get my own drum sounds in it, so I'm gonna do that with some MIDI real quick. So we got a new angle here. I've had some monitor problems. I'll be back up and running in the same setup soon. I wanted to get back to this beat. I was not working on it at all post last recording. So today I had some of the DALI Wi-Fi boys over. We were recording on beats that we've been working on, recording on tracks we've been working on, just messing around, having a fun time, just trying out any ideas that came to mind. I played this and my friend Corey started writing. I just let it loop for a while. I'm just gonna play the beat with his vocals in and the processing, then I'll explain my reasoning behind the processing. Let's go.
Just a kid with the story, some might find it a little boring. Under this roof I implore thee, whether Babe Ruth or Voorhees, I kill that shit for a piece. McDonald's in off-season, primed up and tripped out, I know what I'm talking about. Nothing went back though, they said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope, what's that white rule in the rep roll? I ain't draw wool, I'ma just flow, more like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said nothing went back though, they said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope, what's that white rule in the rep roll? I ain't draw wool, I'ma just flow, more like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said
Shout out to Corey, also known as Chaotic, also known as Chaotic the Uncommon, also known as That Boy, aka the Fastest Hand from the North to South, aka the Two-Horse Rider, aka the Bistro Faster, aka the One-Take Hitter. Again, Chaotic the Uncommon. I like what he did. It was fun. I had auto-tune on just because that's how we roll most of the time, but I noticed in the first section of his verse, it was not going to fit the vibe. So I turned the auto-tune off in the first half and I turned it back on in the second half here. We're running in C# minor, I believe. These are my auto-tune settings. This is my setting for this song. This is not my setting for every song. So when it switches to the auto-tune, I also put in this backwards reverb vocal rider. I'll demonstrate how to do that really quick. The way it leads into his vocals and everything with it, it sounds like this.
know what I'm talking about. Nothing went back though.
It really just provides some energy moving into the second section of the vocals.
Know what I'm talking about. Nothing went back though.
The way we do that is, I'm just going to act like I haven't done it already. I'm going to insert a vocal track. I'm going to make this record everything that's coming off of my reverb bus. My reverb is not on this track that the vocals are on, right? So my reverb's on this bus on 100%. This is already getting me about half of the way there of getting this effect. If you're putting your reverbs on your track, you're going to have to change the dry wet to 100 for this. You need 100% wet reverb. So you need a full reverb signal, which also means I want the full volume of his vocal. So I'm going to max that out. So we're at negative 28 dB. I want to remember that for setting it back to what it was. I'm going to take this section here, which I've already chopped out. This is everything past the first word. So with the reverb all the way turned up at 100% wet coming out of the bus, with the first word we get this. Run. With a long reverb delay, right? I'm going to set the input rather than exterior in on this audio channel to the input on the bus of the reverb. So we scroll all the way down and we get master delay. There's my vintage Valhalla. So we hit record on that channel. We're going to want to grab this. So now we've got the reverb. I'm going to take this, chop it there because you can see that it has got a little delay, so it doesn't start until there. I'm going to go reverse. I'm going to drag it back to the start. I'm going to find a good spot to let it overlap a bit with the vocal. And then it looks like I brought it down a couple dB and I tailed it. And then we get this. So that's how we do that. Also, obviously, you have to turn this vocals back on, set this back to negative 28. So now we get the vocals like this.
Run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow.
I think that just provides a lot of energy in the context of the drums and everything.
Know what I'm talking about? Run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow.
For this kind of flow in the beginning, what I did was I put it through a distortion and I put it through a chorus. I like the vocal processing we got there. I think mainly the star of the show in this song is the drums and this vocal.
Run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the electro?
I think what we're going to be doing is trying to build the beat off of that. And I do really like the samples that it's playing with. Let's start getting creative. I'm going to do this because I really like the sample and I want to convert some harmony out of that. I would love to see what Ableton interprets that as MIDI-wise. I'm gonna look for samples with this.
Ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I'd white rule in the wreck roll. I ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. Wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I... What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. Blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? Rub in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't drop white rule in the wreck roll. I ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I... in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite runs in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't runs in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I runs in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West Coast. Next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't runs in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't drop runs in my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the wreck roll? I ain't drop wool, I'ma just flow. Wool, I'ma just flow. More like more raw, I ain't West. Wool, I'ma just flow. More like get with the story. Some might find it a little boring. Under this roof I implore thee, whether Babe Ruth or Voorhees, I kill that shit for a piece. McDonald's in off season, primed up and tripped out. I know what I'm talking. My back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. My back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that? My back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude. My back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma they said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said.
Okay, so I have been merging samples, flipping samples, messing around with stuff, getting things to a place I like. Beats pretty much done. I have not structured it. I have not arranged it. The rest of the video, I will be mostly mixing.
Run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. Run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I'd run through my back though. They said next jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke.
Alrighty, that is it. If anybody would like some of these beats, you can't have this one. It's ours. BeatStars link is down below. Hope y'all enjoyed. We're going to be back ideally next week with another episode. If you guys are enjoying the content, please drop a comment down below. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell as well to be notified when the next episode comes out.
They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I'd run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the rec roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like more run, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the right roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like Moron, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke. I said I run through my back though. They said next move and I might blow. They seem quite rude in the grand scope. What's that white rule in the right roll? I ain't jaw rule, I'ma just flow. More like Moron, I ain't West Coast. Bring my dude back and I might smoke. I said I chew, that's no coke.